Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Thriving Thrift 06. Amber here, and my video today is going to be two different topics. I'm combining my videos because I have a really hard time coming up with monthly videos other than my TBRs and wrap-ups, which I'm just starting to get into now. So doing a weekly video is just really hard for me. So my videos are going to come in waves until I get the hang of this and get my schedule down and get more video topic ideas. So today I'm bringing you my January TBR, and I'm also bringing you my must reads, my 10 books I must read for the year 2021. And the reason for these books I'll explain when I go through them. But first I'm going to talk about my January TBR, which I've already started. I've actually already finished 2 books for January. And my goal is 4 books a month, or 1 book a week, pretty much. But I've also started doing audiobooks. I drive back and forth a lot to see my boyfriend and just to go up north to visit people, since I used to live up there. Up north in Delaware. So my first book that I wanted to read and have already read for the month of January is The Maze Runner, and I gave this I guess I shouldn't talk about what I gave it yet until my wrap up, but The Maze Runner, I finished this already, and my goal is to finish the entire series, and I'm currently on Scorch Trials, which I am over halfway done and should finish this weekend. And then the next one I'll be reading is The Death Cure. These are all by James Dashner. The Death Cure. And the last one is The Kill Order, which is the last book in the series, but it's the prequel to the whole series. So it's book number 4, but it's the prequel to everything. So it came out after all of them. So I'm reading it last. I'm just reading them in the order that they came out in. And after I read each book, I go back and I watch the movie and compare. And I'll talk a little bit about that, I guess, in my wrap up. I already watched The Maze Runner because I own this one. So I'm going to have to find the Scorch Trials and Death Cure movie somewhere out there for free, or rent them from the library or something. The other book that I've already finished for January that wasn't actually on my TBR, but like I said, I decided to start listening to audiobooks just here and there, and like when I do chores around the house and just listening to them. I finished 5 Feet Apart, and oh my goodness, if I hadn't just watched the movie before, I would have been crying the whole time during that book. It's a tearjerker, and so is the movie, and they are very, very close, like very close to each other, the movie and the book, which doesn't always happen. Like a lot of the words are word for word in the movie and the book. It's very good. I recommend watching the movie after reading the book. And the other book I'm currently listening to on audiobook is what is it called? It's called The Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving an F. I don't actually say that word, but it's just about like not caring about and not having bad influences in your life, and not giving an F about people and what they say, and just doing what you need to do. That's what I'm getting the gist of it. So I just started that, and I'm sorry that I can't put up the pictures. I don't know how to do that yet. Like I said, this is still a learning game for me, so if anybody can tell me how to put up the picture of a book and edit it in, that'd be great. If you leave it down in the comments below, I would really appreciate it. So those are my January TBR books. So let's get into the second part of the video, which is my must reads, my 10 must reads for 2021. So my first one, and I don't have any order of which I'm going to read these throughout the year. I'll probably pick them up when I want to, but these are 10 books that like I just want to get done this year. So the first one I have is the Ballads of oh my goodness, I can't speak today. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins, which is the new Hunger Games book. I just haven't got to it yet, and I really want to. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard it's not even like worth it, but I own it. I'm going to read it. I enjoyed the Hunger Book series, for the majority of them at least, so I'm going to finish it. So at some point I'll get to this. If you don't know what this is about, I'll read the synopsis. It is the morning of the reaping that will kick off the 10th annual Hunger Games. That's just a little bit of the synopsis. I know that this goes back with Jon Snow. Not Jon Snow. Oh my goodness. This is not Game of Thrones. What is his name? President Snow? His name is Snow, right? I could be making this up. Anyway, it's about his story in the Hunger Games and like how it all got started, and that's what I got from it. Forgive me because I didn't do my research before doing this video. The next book I have on my list, which I was supposed to read last year during October and I never did, and it's The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. And I really want to get to one of her books because I've never read one of her books. And I know people go back and forth, and some of them they really enjoy. And I just want to get into a good, like, scary horror type author. And I've heard pretty good things. So I have a couple books by her already, so I just need to read them. So this is definitely on my must-read list. The next book I have is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I have never read this. I probably should have in school, and I've owned it for years, and I just have never gotten to it. I don't know why, because I've heard such really good things about it. I couldn't really tell you what it's about at all. Like, I know nothing about it because I just never cared to read it, and I just know it's one that you should read in your lifetime. So I definitely want to get to this in 2021. And along with that reasoning, I also have The Book Thief, which I've also never read. The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. And I never read it. I do know this is I know the storyline is about stealing books when they were forbidden. So it's I kind of know what it's about. I know the gist of it. So I'm looking forward to reading this and just finally being able to say, hey, I actually read that book when I should have read it probably in middle school or high school and haven't. Okay, Mika, you're really walking. My cat is just walking back and forth. She cannot leave me alone. And the next one I have, kind of going along with the one I'm reading now, but has no tie with it at all, is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I just like to read these. I'll probably read this next month in the beginning of the year just to get some organizing techniques happening in the beginning of the year, cleaning out some stuff that I no longer need in my house. And she's all about finding the joy in items, and that's why you keep them. So I definitely want to get to this soon just so I can start that process in my own belongings. And I just like to read organization type book or like a self-help almost type book once a year. Like last year I read The Secret, just being positive, and so this year I want to do more of an organizing type book. And the next one is another author that I really have heard great things about, and I haven't read anything yet by him, and that's Frederick Bachman. And I have a man called Uwe. I've heard many people say it in different ways, so I'm probably going to go with Uwe. A man called Uwe. And I have no idea what this is about. It says, at first sight, Uwe is almost certainly the grumpiest man you'll ever meet. So it's pretty much about a grumpy man in his life. So I heard it is a tearjerker, and I just really want to get into some Frederick Bachman because he has a lot of books out that I think I would really enjoy. And this is the only one I own by him, so this is the only one I'm going to read by him this year, because if you remember, I'm only reading books that I own or audiobooks free from the library. So if I find one by him that I want to listen to, then I'll do that. But as of right now, this is the only book I'm going to read by him this year. So that's another one. I have 4 more. So the next one is, you've also seen this one, and I was supposed to finish it, is Splendor by Anna Godsperson, which is the 4th book in the Lux novel series, and I just need to finish it. And I'll probably get to this soon, within the next month or 2. Like, I'm not going to hold off on it. The series is still in my head, so I definitely want to finish it and find out the ending. But it's just, it's got some historical, not historical, it's set in the past. It's very historical romance, historical drama, high society drama, and all kinds of stuff. So if that's what you're into, I do recommend this series. I have enjoyed it. I don't know how it ends because I have to finish it, but so that's my other one on my list. The next one goes along with one of my nonfiction goals this year. I would like to read at least 3 nonfiction books. And I have this one, The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. And nonfiction is sometimes hard for me because I just get bored unless they can write it really well and make it almost seem as not as a fiction book. And I heard Erik Larson does that very well. He keeps you engaged, even though it's nonfiction. He keeps you engaged. And then this, I know, is about a serial killer. It says, bringing Chicago circa 1893 to a vivid life, Erik Larson's spellbinding bestseller intertwines the true tale of 2 men, the brilliant architect behind the legendary 1893 World's Fair striving to secure America's place in the world, and the cunning serial killer who used the fair to lure his victims to their death. So yeah, it's about the serial killer from the World's Fair. So I am interested to get to this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it. It's not on my top of my list right now, but it is on my list, but it's not on the top. But I'm looking forward to reading that. And I have 2 more. I was also supposed to read this one last year. Again, I just slacked. I didn't slack because I read a lot of books, but I just jumped around to books that I really wanted to read more than this one. But now I am ready to move on. This is Jojo Moyes' After You, which is the sequel to Me Before You, I believe. Yes. So it's just following Louisa Clark after everything happened in the first book. So I'm looking forward to getting to this. I don't know if this is funny and romantic. So it is going to be a little romance in this one. So I'm looking forward to this one. I did enjoy Me Before You, another tearjerker, but it was very good. And the last one is Along Came a Spider by James Patterson. I finally got this book, which is the first book in the Alex Cross series. I have read other Alex Cross series, but I want to go back and start from the beginning with book 1, and I didn't own book 1, so I've never read it. And now I have it, so I can go back and read it, and I have a majority of the first books in the series, I believe. I definitely have the first 3, I believe. So at least I have that. So I'm really excited to get this one. These books are always quick, easy reads with a little bit of mystery and some murder in it. And I just enjoy the story. There's always some romance in there too with Alex Cross. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. So those are my 10 must-reads in 2021. Again, comment below if you can tell me the best way to insert the picture of books that I don't physically own. That would be greatly appreciated. And also comment below which book you're most excited for me to read that you think that I would like the most. All right? And if you have any other reading suggestions for me based on the books that I've shown, just let me know. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell to get notified whenever I post a video. Have a good rest of the day. See you next time. Bye.